Every great website needs a great domain name. And now ChatGPT can help. It can help you not only to find potentially good names for your client in your industry, but it can also help you to determine whether they're available thanks to ChatGPT-4's new plugins capability. So for this demonstration, we're going to pretend that we're helping a client set up their business and helping them with some branding decisions. We've already built the website, let's say, most of it, but we need a domain name to deploy it. And this is actually a common scenario that I encounter with a lot of my clients. For this demonstration, we're going to pretend that we are working with a handmade wedding dressmaker. So let's bring up ChatGPT. Now I'm going to start a new session here. It's going to be GPT-4, and I need a certain plugin. The plugin that I need here is called One Word Domains. Now, if you're not familiar with plugins, they are only available with the paid ChatGPT Plus. They are part of GPT-4. They are now available to everyone worldwide, as I understand it, but you do need to enable them under your settings as a beta feature, and you'll need to install the different plugins that you want. This one is called One Word Domains. It's the one I found most reliable. There may be others as well that can perform a whois style domain name search. But this is the only plugin that we need in this particular instance, and so we can start. I need 15 domain names. I'm going to keep it short for this demonstration. You can go quite a bit more if you want. 15 great domain names for a client who makes handmade wedding dresses in Melbourne, Australia. It doesn't care about capitalization. We'll keep going. Her name is Lucy. I'm going to say who makes beautiful. Yeah, that's good enough. And now let's see what it comes up with. Now, I see this again and again with ChatGPT is that for some reason when you ask it for domain name ideas, it will pretty much always give you .coms. However, that's not actually going to be a problem here. We do want to check .coms, but it would be more appropriate for this market in particular to check .com.au, and we may also want to check other types like .me or even .org or .biz. So there are a lot of different possibilities. Now, it did the search on the 15 domain names you can see quite quickly. So these are the names that it came up with as possibilities, and actually one or two of them is kind of nice. Handmade by Lucy, I like that. And now it's actually checking to see which ones are available, and the one that I liked, of course, is the one that is already taken. Now you can click any of these links. They will take you to One Word Domains, which is going to actually forward you to GoDaddy's search page, and it's actually going to give you the information. So if I were to actually click here, for example, melbourneweddinggowns.com, it'll bring up GoDaddy search. It'll bring up some information, then it'll give you some pricing and so on. I wouldn't recommend purchasing through GoDaddy. I've always had issues with their DNS setup, but it is a great way to figure out if the domain name is available. So this is a good start. But straight away, as I said before, we don't really have the domain names that we want. We really want to extend that list. And these names are really long. So part of the question that I immediately have is, can we get it to make them a little bit shorter and a little bit more interesting? Let's make 15 names that are no longer than, let's say, 16 letters, not including the domain extension. Let's see what it gives us. That looks better. Okay. And it's immediately doing the search again on .com. So these are much easier. That's going to be important for things like your email address and your business cards, just making it more available. And interestingly, many of these are available. That is actually incredible. For these as is that actually correct? I need to check. So I'm going to try Lucy Bride. Once it lets me click. because .coms are so hard to find. It is actually available. That's actually unbelievable. I'm kind of shocked. In any case, this is very useful even for .coms. But now I want to know which names are available in other domains, in other TLDs. I want to note here that I can actually copy all of this into my spreadsheet, and I've just discovered very conveniently it will not pick up the numbers. I don't actually want the numbers. I do want the information here, and it's also picked up the links if I wanted to click through them. That's all right. What I would normally do is take the names here, and then I would put columns across the top. This is my comms, this is my com.aus, this is my .mes, whatever, and I would keep track of what's available. This way I can sit down with the client and talk through some of the varying different options on extensions and so on. Are these names available in the .com.au or .me TLDs? Let's see how it interprets that. So it's doing a search. You should be looking for 30 new domain name matches. And we should know pretty quickly. It is surprisingly quick. And this is the entire reason I'm doing this video, is that the amount of time it takes to do those searches manually is just annoying. There are probably services out there, paid services that you can use, but this is just so fantastic. This and a spreadsheet and a good pot of coffee, and you really have everything you could possibly want. So this is phenomenal. All of the names are available in both .com.au and .me. And based on my experiments and spot checks, I actually believe that this is 100% accurate, that it's done a really good job of looking at all these. So we have an entire range of domain names that we can use. I have tested it with a range of domain names that I already own, and it is aware that they are taken, is actually doing the searches properly, and it finds other complementary domain names that are available. So you take my business, signal.com, give me a list of 30 variations on the domain name signal.com, which are other TLDs, and check their availability. 30 is too much, let's say 20. I've not tried this before, so we are both learning together. Can it give me variations of my business name just to check what's available? And you can also do this for your businesses for misspellings and so on. I used to do some consulting work for Encyclopedia Britannica, and because no one really knew how to spell Encyclopedia Britannica, they had registered like 28 different .coms for it. So very interesting. So it has come up with a range, and it is searching each of them. So this is really, really fantastic, because it also shows you which are taken, which gives you some great perspective on what you might want to do, where you might want to go with your branding decisions and directions. I find this to be a very useful tool. Most importantly, I mean, it helps me get new ideas and look at problems from different directions. I love its ability to constrain or to replace words or to add information, but the time savings and the ability to take that data and turn it into actionable intelligence is just absolutely fantastic.